without a soul. I'm going to teach you how to find the tonic solfa of a song, get the resting notes, and use those resting notes to get the chords for the song so you can play whatever song of your choice. So we're going to buttress more on the previous lessons, which are the tonic solfa, major and minor chords. So let's dive right in, and I hope you enjoyed the video. So I'm going to zoom this very clear and as close as possible so you can see exactly what I'm doing and you can understand it better. So I'm not going to do anything fanciful. I'm going to do it very basic so you can comprehend. So what I've taught before, I taught about the tonic solfa. That's among my first lessons, whereby I showed you how to play the scale on C, which is, so that's the scale on C. And then one more thing before I go into the resting chords, everything you need to know about music in terms of chords, in terms of solos or scales, everything is just within this range. You can see my hand, just this octave. You can play over 1,000 songs on this octave. So every other thing from here, maybe you just want to get something fanciful, or you just want to, just do what you want to do. But as a beginner, if you're trying anything out, just within this range, you can get everything you're looking for. And that will lead me to resting notes. So what are resting notes? Resting notes are notes whereby I'll say there's an ease. And I'll give you an example. Let's say I want chocolate. I'll be like, can I have some chocolate? Because I'm hungry. So can I have some chocolate? That chocolate is a resting note. In music, the chocolate is a resting note. There's like a pause. You breathe in and you breathe out because I'm hungry. So in music, I can give you some examples to show you where you can see resting notes and where you can, and you feel that. I think there's a resting note over here. In any kind of song, there's always a resting note, but I'll give you one. Let's look at Amazing Grace. So I'll just play everything within this range. I'm not going to stress your mind too much. So Amazing Grace, the tonic solfa is. So you see, this do now, I waited like, let's say, some milliseconds before I played. So this do, call it a resting note. That's an example. And also, for another song, let's say Waymaker by Sinach, it starts by this La. So you see, this La now is a resting note. You get, so that's just the broad concept about resting notes. So for different kinds of music, there are a couple of resting notes in just a piece of music. So that's just the idea about resting notes. And now I will dive into how to implement your minor and major chords. Last week and my previous lessons, I taught about the major and minor chords. So how do you implement them? I know I gave an example about how you can play it in a song, but now you need to know, because I can't teach you all the songs you might like or you might know. Okay, I don't know what you know, but I'll just give you 2 songs, which are Amazing Grace and Waymaker, to show you how you can understand it yourself and how you can create and how you can implement these chords by yourself without having to watch a video about the song before you play it. So I would love you to get your pencils or your biros or pen and paper to write down this, I'll say, formulas or easy tricks for you in getting how to implement these chords. So on the key we have do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. You get that, or do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, don't mind me. So a do chord has the do, mi, so. Those are the major chords. Do, mi, so. It has those notes. The re chord has the re, fa, la. The mi chord has the mi, so, ti. The fa chord has the fa, la, do. The sol chord has the re, so, ti. There's the second inversion. I'm just keeping it between this octave. The La chord has the what do you call it? The La do mi. That's sorry. So you get this is the first inversion for the La chord, and the T chord, that's to refer, that's a diminished, that's but we're not talking about the T chord, just from Do to La. So you see, each of these chords, they have different notes that make up those chords. So when you're trying to figure out, okay, at this point now, where do I play the Fa chord? Where do I play the Do chord? Where do I play the Sol chord? I know you get really confused, like, I don't know, or is it just instinct? I would not say it's instinct. It's something you do over time and your ears get opened. But for a start, I'm going to teach you, like, today is the first day you're hearing about music and you want to learn, that you have no previous ideas about music. So look at the song Amazing Grace. So it goes, mi fa sol, mi sol, mi do, mi re do. That's the tonic solfa for Amazing Grace. So for each part of the song, so let's go for when you encounter the resting note, that's when you play a chord. So you see mi, that's so do. So do is a resting note now. So at the resting note, you look, okay, fine. What chords have the do in it? The do chord has it. You can go do, mi. That's a potential. The do chord is the correct chord actually, but that's a potential. So it's left for you to figure out. Amazing, because the do has so do. So at the resting notes, instead of you playing the solfa notation, you just play the chord. So let's go to the next part. Sing in grace, that's mi do mi. Now the next resting chord now in that piece is mi do mi. That's Zayn grace. So you wonder, okay, what chords have mi in it? The do as well has it. The mi chord has it. That's a minor chord. The La chord has it as well. But which one sounds much more fitting according to your ears is the do chord, definitely. So you pick the do chord. Then go to the next part. Re do. So the next one is now the do as a resting note. As usual, the do has do mi so, so there's a do note in there. We can try for the do. So you see, it doesn't sound like right? Even though the do, I don't know, I'm trying to make this as easy as possible. And I hope I don't get you guys I don't get this complex. Re do, the do chord has a do mi so. But when you play it, it doesn't sound well. So you look at, okay, what's next? Has this do in it? Fa chord, fa la do. So you see, it fits. It fits into the Fa chord because Fa also has the Do as well. You get, so you look at, so it's just like, how will I put it? What do they call it? I don't have a perfect example though, but you test it out. If the Do chord sounds nice to you and it works, use it. If the Fa chord sounds nice to you and it works, use it. For a beginner, follow that route. Someone like me, like, I know definitely without trying this long process that, okay, this is what fits in or not, because I've been doing this over time. But I will encourage you, go this way so that in the long run you see that you can easily figure out songs instead of you watching YouTube. How do I play Amazing Grace? That's going to take forever and you'll not understand why they did some certain things, but I'm showing you the why so you can know how to bend the how later on. So where did I stop? Re, do, yeah, then till I saw. So now So is the next resting note. So you look among the 6 chords, Do to La, which one has a So in it? The Do has it, definitely. Yeah, it works perfectly with the Do. But also let's try the Fa. No, sorry, not the Fa, the Re. No, oh my god, don't mind me. Let's try the mi. The mi has a saw in it. It doesn't sound really. It doesn't really sound right, right? So it's not the mi definitely. So we'll go to the saw. Saw has the saw in it, but it doesn't really sound right. So it's the do chord that has the saw in it that sounds right for this resting note. So you get. So you go through all the song. You go through all the other areas of the song like that. It's still the same process and technique. You look for the resting notes. At that rest, you take notice of the resting note. Either it's do to ti or re mi fa sol la, anyone. Then when you hold the resting note, then you check among the chords which one has that resting note in it. Is it a do? Is it a re? Is it a mi? Is it a fa? Is it a sol la? Then you test it out. It's like trial and error. Which one fits in? So let's say I have the la now. Re has the la. Does it fit with the re chord? If it doesn't fit with the re chord, what do? You go to the fa chord that has the la as well. Does it sit well with the fa chord? If it doesn't sit well with the fa chord, then you try the la chord itself. Does it sit well with the la chord? If it sits well with the la chord, then you pick it. So you just follow that same process and technique. So like these do notes, the potential chords for do are the do chord, the fa chord. Those two chords are the potential chords for a resting note of do. For a resting note of re, the potential chords are the re chord and the sol chord. Let's forget about the T chord for now. We'll talk about that later. That's a diminished chord. So for the resting note for re chord and sol chord. Why for mi, the resting note for the chords for a resting note of mi will be the do chord, will be the mi chord, and you also have the la chord. Do mi sol, the mi is there. The mi sol ti, the mi is there, and the la do mi, that's the la chord, the mi is also there. For a resting note of fa, you have the re chord, re fa la. That's a potential option. The fa chord itself, fa la do, the fa is there. That's a potential option. And also the resting note for the sol chord, the do chord, do mi sol, the sol is there. The mi sol ti, the mi chord, sol is also there, and the sol ti re, sol is also there. Why for the la chord, re fa la, that's the re chord, fa la do, the fa chord, and the la chord itself, la do mi. So that's like the mix and match. If I have this resting note, these are the potential chords. Then within this potential chord, I look for the perfect fit. So you just keep following that formula for different kinds of songs you might like or you might want to learn. And also, the weekly exercise I would love each and every one of you to practice before the next video comes out next week. For different songs, just try to sit down, find the just find the Tonic Solfa. Like now, look at Waymaker by Sinach. Imagine me as a beginner. I don't know anything about music. I'm trying to learn that. So the song goes with you are here. It doesn't sit right to me. It doesn't sit right to me. That sits right to me. You get so. So you just keep trying the do re mi fa sol la ti do one by one to see which one fits right. Then write that down. Go as slow as possible. Don't be in a hurry. You get. When you understand these foundations right, to build will be very easy. So go as slow as possible. Mi, do, sol, do, re. So that's just how the Waymaker and the Tonic Solfa is until the end. Very, very easy. Take your time. You're working within this frame, this area. Just your do to your T. You don't need the black keys. You don't need them. These are the flats and sharps. You don't need them. Just focus on my do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. That's focus on that and just rewatch the video as much as possible. You can rewind it. You can decrease the playback speed or increase it. just try to make sure you understand the concept very well, and you'll be good going forward. So that's it for our lesson today: how to create, how to find, and how to use the major and minor chords in any song of your choice. I hope you enjoyed the video, and what I'm going to leave you with is that you should take each note as a and each note as a member of a family. So take the chord as a family, take each note as a member of that family. So use that as an illustration to what I've taught you today, and take your time. No hurries. If it's a minute every day, just try to practice this, and it's going to help you going forward. And if you enjoyed the video, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.